crossed the line. Well, back guys to Fog Wrestling, and this might be the last ever TNA review on this channel. The company came back, 6 weeks ago, and it's dead. It's absolutely dead and buried. I don't want to hear any excuses for TNA, man. We've tried here on Fog Wrestling. It's absolutely horrendous. It is. It looks like it's, I don't even know, man. It looks like it's on a budget, man, about $10. It looks like the honky tonk, the honky tonk. It looks like, who's the biggest? It's like Hillbilly Jim went down into the lower regions, was pants and whipped out $10 and decided to book a TNA show. So it sucks, but at the end of the day, you've got to move on because TNA into life. But Mike Bailey taking on Steve Macklin in the opening match. I wonder who won this bad boy on the 29th of February, 2024. Is it the last TNA ever on this channel? It might be. Honestly, it's painful to watch. Like, TNA's got like Billy Ray, Dreamer, Rhino, like people like that, and other people we actually don't mind, but it just feels like they dedicate the show to people that are absolute mints. I actually do not grasp what TNA's going for. Like, Mustafa Ali comes in and they treat him like they've whipped the rocket or something. It's actually mind-boggling that TNA would do that. Anyway, talking about wrestling in 2024 outside, that's not for everyone, especially TNA. How many people, right, are actually reviewing TNA Impact walking outside? I tell you what, there's no one doing that. That's a Guinness World Record right there. Now, maybe in the past they have, but as of this date, the 1st of March 2024, who is reviewing professional wrestling TNA Impact 29th of February 2024? The answer is fucking no one. That's the answer. Nobody. Now, I'm not going to lie, troops. I recorded a good portion of this TNA Impact review, and I'm not quite sure what happened. I was out and about. I literally just talked about the fact that I was out and about. I'm probably the only person in the world, Western, Eastern Hemispheres, whatever, reviewing TNA Impact. And for whatever reason, a good 6-7 minutes of the review ended up in about 10 times speed. And the result was something like this. Now, I didn't get very far into the show, but just to sum it up, I mean, I can't remember what I've talked about, what it's cut off, but Jake something won, Kazarian was backstage, and we had the opening match where Stevie Macklin kind of called out Nick Nemeth. So let's just move on for that bit of a disaster and recap all the stuff that went down. So we had PCO shoving Angels to the ground, he was fighting Con backstage, and then the camera cut. Then we have Diener and AJ Francis taking on Joe Hendry and Rich Swann Joe Hendry. We had Henry cut a promo for the match. I like Joe Hendry. Sad, like, because his gimmick, WWE are never going to go with. Now, could they maybe go with it more than with Triple H at the charge it? Absolutely, but I just don't see how it's going to go. Joe Hendry and Rich Swann picked up the victory here, defeating AJ Francis. I am. We then seen a mysterious vignette for Decay. Gia Miller interviewed Josh Matthews about facing Hammerstone in a rematch at Sacrifice when Dirty Dango interrupts. Josh then hinted that Santino will book them a match next week, potentially. But I tell you what, I like Big Hammerstone, and it is confirmed, troops. You can put this one in your diary. You can stop worrying. Hammerstone is here to stay, and Hammerstone is the man, and he has indeedio signed with TNA. We gave him so much praise at Hard to Kill 6 weeks ago, so yeah, it'd be bad not to give him some praise right here, right frickin' now. Up next though, we've got Mustafa Ali and his almighty inaugural ceremony. He almost sounds like Donald Trump when he says that he's made the X Division great again. MAGA, but this time it's XDGA, so you can't really say it in a wee sentence like MAGA. XDGA! That doesn't sound as good, troops, doesn't it? Not absolutely not. Chris Sabin, though, comes out, says he would still be champ if it wasn't for the good hands. Good hands then start attacking Sabin, then Kushida and Kevin Knight come out, and then Ali's security escort him out of there. It just felt a bit, it felt a bit dead. Everything about TNA feels a bit dead, just to let you all know. There's like nothing happening with TNA that's flamboyant or like giving Mustafa Ali the X Division title is probably one of the biggest things they could do. And obviously Nick Nemeth winning the world title is probably the last thing left that TNA could do, that you could be like, well, Dolph Ziggler winning the world title's alright. But I mean, the guy's 44 at the end of the day. I mean, when are we going to call it a day? When are we going to call it a day, man? We then have George Iceman and Ash by Elegance. They come out and say, Ash will compete next week. And even someone like Dana Brooke is being treated like The Rock, man. Honestly, do not understand it, man. Absolutely, it's a freaking disaster. It's a catastrophe. It's an absolute mess. You know, it's an absolute disaster. But let's move on to our number one contenders match. As Tasha Steelz takes on Shia Brookside. Pretty bland match here. It ends in a double count out. They both go back at roll inside to confront the referee, but then Jordana Grace comes out and says, I'll face the fucking two. Alright, I'll face you now. Absolutely. It's no gonna happen, big man. Then we have an announcement. We've got an Ali versus Kevin Knight next week. Alexander versus Dango. Masha Slamovich versus Dana Luna. Hiccup. Jesus Christ. I hear hiccup. Oh no. Ash by Elegance will be in action. Oh, I was near hiccup. Oh. Need to scare myself, and Hank reviewing TNA is quite scary. We then have Moose cut a promo on Crazy Steve as they face each other in a no disqualification match. So yeah, looking forward to that one. Said no one ever. It's no gonna happen. It's no gonna happen. It's no gonna happen, big man. Isn't it not? Then we have the System versus Eric Young and ABC. 1, 2, 3, main event time. Now. But to sum up this main event, it was dead, just like the rest of the show. The System win. Eric Young, he can come out after pay-per-views and try and hype up the TNA locker room, but see, at the end of the day, man, the TNA's done. Like, we're at a stage now in wrestling where these guys who were in TNA like 20 years ago, like Eric Young, Sabin, etc., are being like treated as like Mount Rushmore-esque stars because they can't get anyone else. TNA, man, it's sad. That's what it is, right? It's actually sad. It's very, very sad. And that is where we're going to leave this video, guys. So if you want to leave your thoughts down below, go ahead. Honestly, I might stop watching TNA. It's soul destroying. I'll give it a 1 out of 10. Till then, peace.